I don't think it's been difficult at all. We have really good coaches who have been teaching us all the fundamentals of how they believe and how the program should be run, and I think everyone's bought in so far. And you really just need a grass is all you really need, and a glove and a ball. So
yeah, I think it's been fun. I think our coaches made a good point at the beginning of the season that whenever they all started playing baseball in the backyard, like they just had a bat and a ball and a glove, and that was just fun. And I think it's kind of, I think all of us being older and have experienced this game for a long time, we just realized that like as we start to near the end of our softball careers, like we just need to focus on having fun and focus on the initial reason why we started to play softball. So I think for me it's kind of been fun to take away like the glamour of everything that's given to us here, and just kind of play down to earth and just play softball and have fun. So I think that's been really, it's been more of an advantage than a challenge, honestly.
With no past experiences to go off of, how do you establish team leadership and just pecking order, and how do you figure that all out?
I mean,
Go ahead.
you got it.
I think it just comes down to like someone being bold enough to just lead the team. I think while we may be older, MK made a point at practice the other day. She was like, I don't care what grade you're in, like if someone's slacking off, like call them out. And I think that just shows leadership in her position. Like she's a fifth-year grad senior, but she's like, if a freshman calls me out, like they call me out. And I think like our coaches have done a really good job of developing like family and a family aspect on our team, both like having us over to their house for dinner and just sitting around and making small groups. So I think leadership is just everyone just stepping up and realizing that there's a part of something bigger than themselves.
Yeah. And
Part of the first, being part of the foundation and kind of setting the tone from the get-go as to how this program's going to be.
I think it's crazy coming from a program where it was all I transferred from Notre Dame, and it was always cold during season, and actually having people saying, I can't wait to buy season tickets. I'm like, we're gonna have season ticket like, so it's crazy.
People are going to want to sit out in our games.
Yeah, I mean, like softball is an up and coming sport. Like in the television world, everyone's loving to watch softball now, and then all of the hype around just the Clemson atmosphere. It's exciting knowing that like people are excited for us as much as we're excited for being on the first team.
Yeah, it definitely doesn't seem real yet. I think until today, getting out in the stadium for the first time, being able to practice, I think that's going to be really exciting and help it feel more real. But it's just such an incredible opportunity, and I think all of us coming from other programs and getting to see, I transferred from Furman this past year, and I think just seeing different perspectives on how different people have different college experiences, I think that's been really special to just kind of see another experience and just see how blessed we are to play for Clemson and to be student athletes here, because it's truly incredible the resources that we're given here. So just to be a part of the first team is something really, really special.
Speaking of resources, you guys have been around softball for a while, college softball, and you see resources at other schools and what they have available through the recruiting process. What's it like to see the facility you have being built out there behind us?
Oh, when I saw that video board go up the other day, I said, oh my gosh, there's a video board. Like,
My face is going to be so big on that thing.
I mean, I think playing in the ACC, not a lot of, there's few and they're few and far between teams that have video boards, especially of like that magnitude. So seeing that just blew me away. And then you walk in the stadium and you see all the different amenities that are going to be in there, and like they had to cut a hole in the wall just to put our lockers in. Like they couldn't fit in the doorway. So it's kind of like, oh, it's crazy.
Even down to like the training room and facilities like that, the technology that they have in there is incredible. And me being kind of a science nerd, I always am like asking what everything's for and just like I'm just mind blown by it. And I really just feel like a little kid. Like every time I walk into a new place here at Clemson, I'm always like trying to stay cool and like act cool. And like we met Dabo at the picnic, and I was like, okay, play it cool, play it cool. So I think that's another thing that just keeps reminding me, like, this is just supposed to be fun, and it's been such a positive and fun experience here. And I think, like, the resources just completely blow it out of the water, but definitely still have to try to play it cool and act like it's not crazy awesome.
It's been cool to see just the progress of the stadium come from the ground up. I know all three of us, when we went on our visits, we had to use our imagination a lot. I was walking on the dirt, and they're like, all right, this is going to be the locker room. This is going to be, the training room, and I'm like, I'm standing in grass. But it's just been really cool. Every time you walk down to the field, there's always been one more thing put up. There's, bricks put up. The stadium just went up yesterday, and we're going on the field today. So it's just been really cool to see just the progressions and how fast and how quickly all of construction has done to get it up for us.
Yeah.
What's it been like to play for Coach Rittman, all the experience that he has, and how does he kind of compare to some of the other coaches that you've had?
I think he's awesome.
I mean, I was just going to add on to our last point that we were talking about. I think it takes a lot of trust in a coach and in a program to be able to come and, like Marissa said, and just use your imagination. And I think that's something that Coach Rittman and the rest of the coaching staff made so easy for me personally, was being able to just trust him as our leader and trust that he's going to build a program that we can't see yet. So I think just even in that speaks to his character and speaks to him as a coach, that he was able to find 17 girls that were willing to look at a field of dirt and say, I want to play for you and I'm going to play on this field. And just for me, only having 2 years left in my career, I'm very thankful to be able to play for him and just play for a coach that seems so passionate about his team and passionate about softball and us getting better each and every day. And he always makes sure to throw in at the end of practice, like, how's everybody's test going? Did everybody eat breakfast? And that's just something you don't really see in a lot of players, in a lot of coaches. And I think it's special to have a coach that really cares about you more than just what you can provide for them on the softball field. So that's been really neat to experience with him.
Yeah, and from like a technical standpoint, he said, I'm not here to change everything that you've learned. I'm just here to make sure we all have the same basis in what we all are teaching, so you understand my terms and I understand yours. I think that's cool too.
It's just cool to have a coach that cares about you as a person and not just a player. And I mentioned earlier just how he's been really involved in just the family aspect of our team, which has been cool. I sat at his house for dinner, and it was 4 of my teammates, him and his wife, and we ate lasagna together. And I was like, that's so cool. Like, how often do players get to do that with their coach? So that's awesome.
And when you look at the stadium and see how much money has gone into this program, and to be the first, and to be female athletes and have all of this support behind you, what's that kind of feel like to know you have all these people rooting for you? And sometimes as female athletes, you kind of don't always have this full stance.
I mean, it's time to just set the standard. And as long as you set the standard high, regardless of gender, like, that's what I think, just set the standard.
Yeah, I think it's really neat to just see how much, like you said, how much has been done for this program. And it really is mind-blowing. Like, you don't even have words to describe it. And when you compare it to other stadiums, other programs, like, it is an incredible thing that's sitting out there. And I'm just really, really thankful that I've had a lot of breadth of experiences to be able to truly appreciate how much we're given here and be able to realize that. Because if not, I would have thought that this was everybody else's college experience, and it's definitely not. But the fact that this is a women's program, and like MK said, like, it just really sets the bar pretty high for other female programs to say, like, look, this is what you're competing with. And so I think it also gives us a lot of motivation too. And I really hope that we can continue to be thankful for everything that we're given here and all the resources, because it truly is amazing, and we're really thankful for it now. So
I can agree with Cammie, just being thankful for the resources that I have here and the coaching staff and just all the resources that we have. But Coach Rittman told me before I got here, he was like, we're going to shock the world this year. And I think regardless of who's in the stands or the support we have, like, while all of that's great, I think all 17 of us are just ready to hit the field and, play with each other on dirt, against another color. And so we'll get to that on Wednesday. So we'll see how we've prepared so far. But I think we're all just excited to compete.
You guys had a chance to meet some of the Clemson fans during baseball season. I saw you guys are interacting. What was it like interacting with the Clemson fans? What were they telling you about their excitement?
everybody we've met, I mean, me and Marissa were here for 3 days, I think, and me and her went to TD's downtown, and people were just like sitting there eating lunch, and people will walk up to us, and we had a softball shirt on, and they're like, oh my gosh, are you on the Clemson softball team? And they just wanted to ask about us, and so we were there. And then we walked down the street, and we went to one of the sports shops, and we were walking in there to look for T-shirts and stuff, and somebody asked us about it in there. And it's crazy to like just be that recognized and be that just publicly, everybody in the public is aware that we have this program. And I think that's something that's still shocking to me, because I'm like, I'm just wearing my softball shirt. Like, I don't
Yeah.
think, but
Yeah.
I think it's cool to kind of just remember like what you're representing all the time. And it's really neat that people really are recognizing, and people are super excited for this program. And I don't think I really recognized that until I really got out into the public. And but it also makes you realize, like I said, how publicly recognized you are and what you do stand for. So we definitely need to uphold that as a program too.
Agreed.
Marissa, are you a transfer?
I am, yes.
Where did you come
I came from Furman. Cammy.
from? Have you ever had to sit in front of the media in front of a bunch of cameras and stuff like
Not this
No.
many people. No, I have not. No. Cool experience. For sure.
What do you know about playing in the ACC and the kind of competition you face there?
Well, coming from the ACC, there's good competition everywhere. I think we're going to be able to compete with them, especially with the way our coaches are coaching us now. I mean, we're doing well now, but come January, February when season starts, like, I think we'll be able. I mean, there's always the tougher competitions, but it's a game. Someone's going to win, someone's going to lose.
Yeah.
I think we'll be prepared, if that's what you're asking. Yeah.
Yeah, and definitely we've faced a lot of. I've played for 3 years, Marissa too, and
Two.
we've faced ACC teams being in the Southern Conference, still a very competitive conference as well. And I think every time you just see where the bar is set higher in the ACC, and that's always something that I've really dreamed of being a part of. And I think now, again, just so thankful to be a part of that. And I don't think I was ready for this experience whenever I was younger, so I'm really thankful that I've been able to develop as a player. And I think it's just exciting to be able to play at a higher caliber because the ACC is very talented, and it'll be exciting to play against those teams. But like MK said, we're going to be ready for it, so I think we're all really excited.
Mhm. I definitely think we'll be ready. Like Cammy, we did play some tough competition last year, but we played tough competition once or twice every,
Not every single
not every
game.
single game. And so I think just for me and Cammy and MK as well, I mean, for the whole team, really, like, we're going to have to play our best every game. But with the practices that we're doing and the way our coaches are preparing us, we definitely will be ready.
And also with Coach Rittman's background, he knows how to compete against the best of the best and to get to the highest level you can compete at. So I think we'll be ready.
Any other questions?
Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Good job.